Good morning. Welcome back to the channel. I'm Keegan. It's still raining outside, but it's okay because we're working inside today. We're gonna continue from where we left off last night, and we're gonna be recording in 4K, so there's no risk of losing or having bad footage. So today we're gonna try closing up all these gaps again, and we're gonna do the same thing over there, and we're gonna probably do these little strut towers, and hopefully after doing both those sides that much, the body shouldn't be moving. I'll be sure to measure it before I drop it down slowly. And if it holds up, then we'll take everything off of it and start assessing kind of building structure from here to there. We'll see what we got to work with. I'll probably go to Lowe's for more materials. It's expensive, but they have DeWalt stuff real easy, and they're like right down the road. It's like a 3-minute drive. See if they have metal thick enough to kind of work with to, just kind of connect them up. But this is going to be a long, tedious process. I've kind of stalled getting into it. The old has been cut out, so we got a bit more of an opening. There's these pieces. I guess there were 2 layers, but either way, they're both donezo. Got this. It's not cardboard for the bootleg cardboard aided drafting, but some crinkle paper, I guess. This came with parts for the other Z. It's real easy. You just put your finger up to it and it'll leave the marks. If I get to focus right along there. So we're gonna put this on our big sheet of metal, measure it out just to double check, and then cut them and then apply. But it's neat little trick. You can use manila folder or actual cardboard, but there's so many bends there. Actual cardboard wasn't the best option. Just a few pre-cuts, and you can see kind of in these grooves. Try not the camera focus the light, but we did a light bend, and it's closing these gaps. Really, you just want to, anytime it's touching like right there, you slowly just want to, like right there as well, we'll slowly notch that area out and then just kind of push it farther, push it farther, push it farther. I'm gonna take a marker and do it on the back side. So we'd go in from this side and just kind of trace it, and we'll keep working the piece until we're 100% happy with it. I'm also just gonna trim away a little bit more of these curves. They're just a little awkward there. It just kind of complicates our life. Like this divot, there's no need for it. Our baby tub is coming along. Hit her with some tacks. This gap is not as big as it looks. It's like a quarter of my nail. But we started up top, worked our way down. Ended up adding a little bit of a bend right here, kind of to bend it out so I could close these gaps a bit more. And right here, I'm probably not gonna touch yet. So I can slide another piece down below this, and I can do all 3 of them. This piece, that piece, and this piece all together. But yeah, it's better than that massive hole. And we're gonna get back to welding. This leaves a line right there. So at the end of yesterday, I didn't really clarify that, but shark bait. Ooh, Another beautiful piece of handiwork. Something. Oh, we're sliding a little too far. There we go. But that's just what we're after. Minimal gaps everywhere. Following that curve all the way down, and we'll get something like that. I already ground the edges, so it's not the prettiest right now, but after putting primer on it, sealer, and then a final coat, it'll be A1, whether the welds were perfect or not. But going from the Datsun chassis, it's definitely a lot dirtier metal versus the Subaru. But then again, there's also the rust in this area, so that second layer over there, I just had to burn through. And then if it didn't burn through, then cut it out and reattempted it. But it's coming along. We're gonna tack this piece in, make sure it's happy. Probably tap it with a hammer. Wish I had the 2 body hammers, the light one, the heavy one. It's so much easier for kind of correcting bends and tapping metal into perfect position, but just wanted to share the piece. And then there's the bottom. Just like that, another panel's in. It's not as cleaned up as this one, but we're gonna do a quick material run and drop off a lot of the scrap because it just adds up. So we'll get that out of the way, come back, get right back to it. And after that, it should be tackling these weird sections down here. I'm not sure if I'll do a super thin piece down low, then lay it on thick, and then do a cover piece. That way both layers are covered. That's probably the responsible thing to do. We're gonna do that, but those are the big two completed. And I'll do the back as well. Those are definitely a lot easier, I'm hoping. Gonna confirm that right now. Oh yeah, these are just two thin pieces. I can eat that, but those two strut towers are definitely probably the hardest things here. But yeah, there she is, all fitted up. Another piece fitted up. It'll obviously get pushed in more, but progress. Got a piece on there, and we'll size this up tomorrow, and then we'll just have to do the top of the towers. I tried to do a pass on that one, but it was not having it. So it's New Year's. Happy New Year's, everyone. And we're gonna resume this in the morning. Glad I got both these two pieces done. That side's just gotta get ground down a little bit. And then it's just gonna be that corner sections on both. A little piece of a connector there. That side was close enough where I could just kind of weld it. And that side's good, that side's good. We'll do a little bit of the outsides and maybe go see if I can get steel tomorrow. Good morning, it's the next day. Still rainy, groggy, you know. Happy New Year. And we've got this piece cut up, trimmed up. Had to put it on and off probably about 5 times, part of it. But we've got her fitting good and close. These lines are pretty tight. Oh, all right, there we go. Yep, pretty tight. There's a little bit of overhang, but I'm hoping that'll just melt it right in. Cleaned all this metal, and we're about to send it. And then that'll be both strut towers done. I gotta do just those top little square offs where the bolts are, but we'll do that and then start back on the rails, and then I'll be happy with not having the welder for a little bit. That way we'll be able to drop the car really back down and not worry about too much flexing, if any flexing at all. Be sure to take note of that. Try lifting it, dropping it, see what happens. The sun came out, but it's raining. But good news, nice little ray of hope is kind of changing pace from the towers. We went ahead and tackled this middle section. They're pretty thin pieces, but it's just the fact I didn't like that indent. It really made the car look incomplete. It is incomplete, but that made it look real incomplete. So I figured we tackle this, got this piece bent up. I would remove it and share, but it's pretty in there. So we're gonna start tacking, fitting it up. Figured I'd work from the bottom up to the top until I'm out of daylight again, because yesterday that's kind of what also ended the night. So we're gonna start tacking this up and send it. Kind of finish all this, and then that across section will kind of be done. And then we still have these bars to do. I'm just really avoiding them because it's gonna be annoying. We've knocked out the middle, and now we're onto this section. And you know, you can see we've got good penetration with these burns in. I haven't welded right here yet, so. But generally, we're just having to burn through this S30 metal. It's just so rusty, and the paint and everything, the way it's peeling. I've tried grinding it off. I tried the weird brush attachment for it, and then I ended up just using a super long cutoff wheel and kind of dipping it in, but even that's not enough. So our metal isn't as clean as it's supposed to be, but between grinding it, priming it with the paint, and then seam sealer, and then probably painting it again, it'll look fine. I'm not too worried about it, but as you can see, we're trying to slide in these old pieces as we go to kind of keep a fluid wave into it. So we're down right here right now. We already knocked out this little section here, so we're just gonna have to do this middle section, the drop down. The drop down's easy, I'm not too worried about it, but I'm trying to keep these bends for how extreme this was in the wagon. I'm guessing this was also for rigidity, because this was where that support bar went across. So a little bit of a bathroom break, but just figured I'd share. We're gonna slide this in there, I got it marked up. We're gonna cut this so we can notch this piece farther in. And then I've already got it cleaned up kind of down here where we're gonna be welding along. But just a little update, it's dark again at 5. So still chugging along, like 3rd, 4th day in a row. We have finished our little roundabout. Pretty happy with all this. Need to be cleaning up, but we did down there. We did the 90 all the way up. And now I tried to keep the bends kind of parallel, and I tried to keep it in line with this little ledge. We're gonna see if we can knock out that side. Supposedly it's gonna storm pretty bad, so one more side. Excuse the fireworks. I don't know who's feels the need to pop one little one every 10 seconds, but whatever. Alrighty guys, we got that piece in. We're gonna have to just do the bottom corner and then these 2 pieces tomorrow in the AM. First thing, I'll probably do it before I start recording. Mama Bear's doing school, so we're gonna have to shut it down a little bit early. It's 9, so it is what it is. Thanks for watching. Made it this far, and take it easy.